Up of our chat with some of the key market men whom we interacted with over the weekend at the PL 80th anniversary celebration on where is the opportunity in the market and why one should just think long term. I mean, it's one of those moments where don't act too much, stay calm, but don't go off the pitch.
What to your mind are the trends or extension of trends which will continue for next 3 to 5 years? मार्केट में क्या हो सकता है आपके हिसाब से?
एक ये जो बजट में हमने देखा कि there is focus on fiscal prudence. In top 20 economies of the world, शायद हम एकमात्र कंट्री ऐसी है जो अपनी प्राइमरी डेफिसिट फिस्कल डेफिसिट माइनस इंटरेस्ट को नियर जीरो नेक्स्ट 2-3 साल में लेके आएंगे.
Out of the last 32 years, correct me, I think almost 24 or 25 years they have been net buyers of Indian equities, except 6 or 7 calendar year or financial year, whichever way you look at it, maybe 6 or 7 at the most, where they've been a net seller of Indian equities. And the reason were twofold. Number one, the stable macro environment and the growth potential from a very low base. I mean, somebody talked about the democracy that we have, the demographics that we have, and the overall bigger picture that this is a country which will continue to deliver growth. The second important reason was, which Bharat Bhai I think touched upon, is so there was a top-down opportunity of India. The second reason foreigners have always been a buyer of Indian equities is the bottom-up opportunity of India. You don't get this kind of breadth of the market in most of the other emerging markets. You don't get that in some of the developed markets also.
One of the other reasons for improving valuation for India is a structural decline in volatility. Foreign money was talking much more than it deserved to in terms of the impact. And therefore, the structural decline in volatility itself is a source of greater confidence of future and therefore greater valuation today. Because any uncertainty you counter with raising the discount rate for the future, which I think systemically is declining, apart from actual cost of capital declining.
What is the next big theme, idea, or a trend which you are betting on? I mean, at heart, you are a stock picker. I respect your compliance. We will not talk stocks. But give us where you think that there is scope for earnings upgrade, P upgrade, and where the macros are going to be favoring a strong, economic growth.
See, the sectors which look the best in terms of profit growth sometimes don't turn out to be the best in terms of equity market returns and vice versa. A clear example is, 2023 or financial year 24, the sector which performed the best in terms of profits, growth, balance sheet, everything was private sector banks. But no private sector bank, at least the larger ones, have given any return last 1 year. And on the other hand, IT had the worst year since Lehman. Growth was non-existent. The guidance given was 2%, 3% per annum. And still it turned out to be a very decent sector. So I think a lot of times, your question that where there will be earnings upgrade, maybe sectors where there's earnings upgrade, the returns might not be there. But having said that, I completely agree that India is a country driven by entrepreneurs. We always say this, that India grows because of entrepreneurs and despite the government in a lot of sectors. And I think that is basically the reason why it keeps on growing at 6.5%, 7% when the world is growing at 0%.